Mother, I am your vessel. Use me. Speak the message that you want the collective to hear. Show me the collective's energy this morning. What is their current energy? That's too many. I'll take what is face up. Okay. I like how they're both black and white, very polarity driven. But Althea is all about balance and alignment. So you have the shadow. This is telling me integration has happened. This is somebody who is walking in full understanding of their own polarity. That polarities exist and is not governed by them. This is someone who has done the shadow work. At the bottom of this, for me, that's confirmation. This is someone who has reached the ocean and is in a state of mastery. Okay. What is the energetic current? What I consider the crown influences, the astrological currents, and weather. What is the current of energy that my collective's personal energy is being guided by? I imagine this like we are in the boat. We're in a kayak. We're on the river. This is the river that we are riding upon. So those first two cards are us in the boat. Balanced, integrated shadow. We understand that our inner child was not perfect and the shadow was just there to protect it. Mercury, mind and speech. Okay. Oh my goodness, I forgot what I was doing for a second. I redid my setup, obviously. And so I was a little bit like, I went to grab the box and went, oh yeah, the box isn't there. All right, now I want to see the land this current rides upon. The root energies. These would be, I consider, like earth. And like a river, the land determines the expansion or compression of the energies that are coming from the astrology. Like the difference between a river that is flowing through the Great Plains and a river that is being pressed through a deep valley gorge. All right. This has been coming up a lot. There are so many people who have really been held in kind of a state of delay or isolation. And that is where, and some social reconstruction, right? Like we've lost some people. There's been a lot of shedding, and we have felt this kind of removal from the rest of society, from old relationships, old patterns. And so that's what this card has been coming up repeatedly. Purity and ice. This is where this work has been happening and why we are in a state of balance and had the time to embrace the shadow. And our mind and speech is starting to reflect the work that we have done. And here's that horse. Mid-February, we enter the year of the fire horse. And right here, just waiting. Just waiting. That's thin ice. That ice, all that horse has to do, his leg is just starting to lift, is tap on it, and that energy is going to burst. This card always, it looks like you're laying in cold and in slumber and separated. It looks hard, but it gives me such an energy of anticipation. It is about to break, right? Like an overfilled dam. Small sip of my coffee. All right, what deck wants to speak next about where the land in this current is taking my viewer? Let's go with this one. And then I think I have another direction I'm going to go today. I think I'm going to check on where the divine masculine and feminine energies are today. Just in general, like each of us have those energies within us. I want, since we're in a state of balance, I want to see how those energies are balancing within my collective. All right, but where are these energies if we're still talking in union, in this balance and alignment? So, still in this union and individual as one thought form perspective. Where are these energies taking my collective? Oh, that is too many. Too many. This is the one that fell out. We'll put that down there. Get it out of the way so it doesn't fall. One more. Oh, okay. That's too many. Oh my goodness. There are two decks that are just difficult for me to handle. That first archetypes one, because the shape and the size of my hands is hard. This one, the cards are just slippery. Okay, so that one is Eyes of the Eagle rising above the fray. So this is that purity, that hermit phase, that isolation. All of that work that you have done have given you this perspective, right? This ability to rise and lift above the things that are going on within you and around you, and to be able to anticipate what is best for you. This is radical acceptance. This is that integration, right? You've reached a point where you are fully responsible and capable of your own emotional regulation. You don't need the media or other people to tell you how to think and feel anymore. So you've stepped outside of your old conditioning and programming. You have embraced it. You can see it for what it is, the value in it, because there is safety and protection in the collective of society, even with the faulty social norms. And programming is there to help the collective stay safe, right? And we're improving all the time and getting better at these. And that's what you have. You are somebody who has reached that perspective. You're not really seeing you're seeing the trees and the forest. Okay, that's where you're at. And this is the state of having done the work. So I want to see where the masculine and feminine are. I'm going to align, this is my right, so I'm going to align masculine over here because that is traditionally the masculine side, and feminine energy is over here. Woo! Oh my goodness. So I have nerve issues. And I am working with my fascia and other things to release that tension in my neck and shoulders. But I have had physical trauma that has done permanent damage. So sometimes these decks are hard because depending on the weather or not, and the energetic current, sometimes I can't feel these three fingers. So sometimes these decks are hard. All right, what is the state of the masculine energy? What state are they in? What are they coping with today? Where are they at? Ah! Stop it. We're not losing the whole deck. Thor. Everybody with any kind of Scandinavian vibe just went woo woo. All the girly pops out there, there's your masculine bottom of the deck. I'm not even going to tap into that. We all know what that is. If you're at this state, you're not a lovesick puppy anymore, honey. we are focused on self and working with ourself and the energies around us. Other people, they have their own story, they do their own thing. If we work on us and we focus on us and we balance our projections in the mirrors, all of that falls into place. And that's when that comes in. That's all I need to say about that. But here we're working on embodiment, and we're working on being in our body and in our energies. So you can apply this externally. It's your perception and you can understand these cards, but I am going to talk about this as us. Okay, Thor is, instead of dwelling on your dreams, dive into deliberate, actionable steps to bring them into fruition. You know what needs to be done. That is a masculine that is feeling the call to action. That is where you're feeling empowered to take those steps forward. So, gender is not a real big part of what that means for us. That just means that whoever you are, whatever you are affiliating with in your box of labels and permission slips, the part of you that drives and moves forward towards things, towards your goals, towards your ambitions and desires is turned on. All right. This deck, I might need to cover some cards up. I'm not going to cover the cards up. I'm just going to put it down turned over. I can tell you what deck it is. If you're interested in the cards, you can look at them yourself. But that's how I am going to censor. This one, the gal is covered on her own. She is covered. This one, some of them are not. So I will tell you who they are. I will show you their page in the book, but I will not put down a card that is going to offend immature adults. Huh. All right. Balbo. And I may be pronouncing that right, but to my best understanding, that is what that looks like it says. So this is the goddess who asks you to laugh when things are hard. Find levity in the madness of earth and view human nature through the eyes of humor. Laughter can bring joy to the darkest of moments. Right? This is what is produced when you have both of these intact from having done the work. You have the ability within you to see that everybody is just a divine fragment of source, a fractal having an experience, because source loved that moment of self-discovery at the dawn of consciousness so much that it has spent its entire existence since recreating it. That moment that thought became word. Self-realization, self-actualization, experience and choice. That's what we're here for. And once you touch that and know that and really feel it, and you have the ability to laugh at things that are hard, because you know you bring the thunder. I love you guys so much. Like, you're here. If you're in my collective and you're at this stage, attachment is something that once you see it, you have the ability to put it down and walk through it, right? You guys understand polarity. You understand coherence. Probably understand hermetic principles. You understand the benefit of conspiracy theories. But you also understand you are the meaning maker. And you get to decide what is yours. All right. What is the masculine energy itself specifically moving towards? This was in union. So you and an individual in general, you have this radical acceptance, which is allowing you to maintain perspective above and beyond what is currently happening within your life personally and globally and community all over. So this here is going to be what the masculine specifically itself is focused on. what this is producing in the masculine and leading the masculine towards. One flipped over. Whoosh. Definitely Thor energy, because he brings the thunder. I have no idea why I'm doing that. All right, let's see. Whoosh is going to be at the back. On this walk, I'd had so much time and space to actually figure out who I was without my mother's influence. I understood now the things that my mother had found made her happy were not the same as the things that made me happy. And I understood that was okay. I was no longer following a trail. I was learning to follow myself. Confident action. This is a masculine who knows his values because he's done the work. He has used this time in isolation and separation to build this radical acceptance and perspective within himself. And now he is confidently taking action. And that's going to produce that whoosh of abundance in his life, because once you become coherent, your heart and mind are aligned towards your values and principles, abundance is naturally magnetized to that, which means all of your actions will be filled with more ease and more productive and fruitful. You'll work smarter, not harder. All right, what is the feminine being guided towards in this? What are these currents leading her towards specifically? And I'm just saying her. I am only going to take the one that came out first. This is a one card draw. I will show you. You can narrow of your marrow. That's a grit card. Sisu in the finish. Check yourself before you tech yourself. That is about social influence and how you present yourself online. So this is mind and speech, making sure that you are not getting pulled into what you are seeing in the drama online, right? Like that you are really using your discernment, both in how you take your actions, your communication, how you present yourself online, but how you are allowing things that you see in media to influence and direct the actions of your heart. What are you accepting? Check yourself before you just accept things, right? And because you've got the eyes of the eagles and this perspective, this is one person. These are your energies within you. You've got this acceptance and this ability to use your discernment around your heart, and your third eye is guiding your actions, heart, mind. You're in alignment. We already knew this from the beginning. So your guidance here is to watch their presentation, watch other people's presentation. Be careful with what you are just taking in, right? Because our subconscious absorbs what we pull our attention towards. It understands symbols and words. I did not want that deck. I want to see what the rules are. What roles will these energies be projecting outward towards others? So how will you be presenting yourself towards others? I like this because here is the point of a mask, right? Like masks became fixed states and we use them to hide behind. Instead, they are like uniforms. We put them on when we go to work because not every situation is supposed to have access to the all that is us. It's not appropriate for that. I am not going to come with my energy turned on all the way for a room full of kindergartners. whether those kindergartners are literal kindergartners, emotional kindergartners, or spiritual kindergartners, right? And so we are supposed to have uniforms that adjust our energy to the appropriate expression for the situation. And that is what these are to me. So what are the uniforms that we are putting on or are suggested to put on? How will others perceive us? That's what this is. How will others perceive us? How will we be presenting to others? Energies will we be stepping out in? Masculine. Ooh, right away. The shepherd. You're the leader. You're the guide. When you are in alignment, you are balanced. Your heart and third eye are balanced in these ways. You naturally step into your leadership. And people will follow you with that level of ease too. Right? And this is, the colors are implying not just, they're blue and pink, masculine and feminine in traditional perspectives, right? But you've also got some throat, some third eye, some lower chakras. So you're balancing the upper and lower chakras. You're balancing masculine, feminine. And this is bringing you into those levels of connection and relationships that you were always hoping for when you were disbalanced, right? Where your trust and loyalties and your effort and what you produce are used in ways that bring fulfillment to you and the people you love. That one's going to sit there because this is union. You're in inner union. What is the feminine role? Plus, I didn't ask and it came out on its own. What is the feminine role? How will others perceive this? That didn't pop out. Others are going to see you as someone who is in balance. You are able to navigate both energies, which means when you need to be the person that people come to speak with, to say, hey, I'm struggling, I just need an ear, I need to be embraced and nurtured, you are the one that they will seek out. And you are able to provide this to yourself, but you are also able to step into that shepherd role when leadership is needed. Okay, so this is inner union. So congratulations, you have reached union energies. I'm going to do one more card and then I'll call this good for this morning. This looks beautiful. I love this. Like for you as an individual, no matter what is going on in your external environment, like your car could be breaking down, you could be facing unemployment, things could be hard is what I'm saying. I'm not wishing that on anybody, because somebody who is in these energies would be navigating themselves forward through those with the confidence of knowing what they're aimed at. Right. Lightning strike. It's not a one direction energetic reaction. There is actually energy coming up from the ground to the sky and from the sky to the ground at the same time. That's balance. That's being able to harness those. You're not going to face problems with suffering and struggle. You're going to step into them and know where to go. It's not going to knock you for an emotional loop because you're able to look at what is your part and put down what doesn't belong to you. And this is a balanced individual that no matter what is going on around you, what other people are doing or have done, you're good. You're good inside. You are able to walk with the grief with as much lightness of foot as you are with joy. Because they ride together. You know that they travel together. And that is what has enabled you to rise up and see. Masculine, what is the masculine energy going to feel like? Embody. Since this is my most important question. Embody. Ooh, Scorpion. I love that energy for you. So this is like a Scorpio, right? Scorpions have venom. But they don't just strike out and use it just on anybody, right? This is a masculine who knows about timing. He knows that he is dangerous, but he also knows how to protect that softness inside. He knows he has that vulnerability and he's able to protect it, right? So this is a very, very good card. This is a masculine who knows how to take action. He knows how to control those, right? And he'll feel like it. He'll feel sharp and able, even if small. He's like, come at me. I got this. I can see it. I got it. I know when to deliver the punch. Feminine? Who's the feminine? The feminine energy feel embodied. I wouldn't be surprised if the elephant comes out. Who's the feminine energy feel embodied? Ooh, just one. Just one. Now the rabbit does imply that there may be some fears going on there, right? But I would say in this context, because you are imbalanced, that you understand your sensitivities. You have fully embraced those vulnerabilities within yourself and you know how to protect them. So this is an acknowledgement that fear is present, but that I was given the senses I need to detect it and respond to it. And over here we've got and I know when to deliver the venom, and I know that I have it, right? This is in you, in one individual, and you're balancing these energies out. Althea is in balance. So you've got the shadow energies balanced. So good job. Good job. I love this for you. Let me see. I actually think I will get one more. I want to see what Rumi says. Just because I see enough room down here, I think he'd fit just perfect. I think Rumi would fit just perfect. And give us a nice closing statement for each of these columns. Someone who's aware of their strength and their vulnerabilities, knows how to take care of them. I really like this reading. This is a good reading. All right, Rumi, what guidance do you have for us in this? Show me the masculine. What is your message to the masculine? What do you want them to take away? She offers sacred wine, so drink. Oh. Pour that precious wine over the frozen cries of skeptics until their words become warm and their nays become yays. You are being offered a gift that is beyond your current understanding. Trust in what will happen. Trust that you will be cared for. Final advice for the feminine energies in our collective. So trust your actions, trust your intuition, trust your guides. And know that you have all the equipment you needed to respond to the challenges that come before you. Feminine. The dissolving light. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? There is something unworthy of you that must be released. Give up the fears and doubts. The belief that somehow things are not going to work out. My stomach is growling, so this is about confidence, solar plexus. You are meant to be free in a way that only truth can provide. You've got it. Take the leap. You'll know. You'll know. Anyway, that's what I have for you guys. I hope this helps. Love you. Have a great week. Happy Monday.